evangelical snowflakes, his popey senses tingling, and twerking in the Navy on today's episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes!
Jokes! Remember when we used to all do that together? Welcome everybody to 1, 2, 3 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take three stories from the news, write 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
Jokes.
My name is Ricardo Leon.
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
Now, Jeremy, do you miss when Rick would do that during the intro all the time?
I do not. Okay. No, I instantly regretted saying.
Do we have a single episode that we have just I'm using air quotes here, normal intro, where the intro isn't fucked by something?
Most.
Really?
Yeah. Ricky wasn't on any of them. I do it. That's why it's funny when I do it, because it's a break from. It's a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when you interrupt the show. It's funny when Carly shows fits.
There have been several instances where we've fucked up the intro and did it again. Now, that's happened a lot. So I don't know how that works into the numbers there, but welcome to 1, 2, 3 Jokes. Aaron Kraft, our resident judge, not with us again this week. So Carly Kastner is filling in.
Wait, did you read the little intros at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Where were you?
Here, I guess.
He was planning his interruption to the...
I got this great bit. They're going to love it. So, Carly, you're judging for this episode. Is it going to be a similar criteria as the last episode?
Yeah, basically, you tell a good joke, you're going to get some recognition.
You're going to get a good poke.
I guess more importantly, is it a similar point system?
No, I think in the last show, we awarded 69 points in the first round.
I think we should keep that up from now on.
Each round is worth 69 points.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't like to predetermine what my scoring system is going to be. I'd rather just kind of let it come to me naturally about how I'm feeling in the moment.
You're a fun judge.
You should probably wash up before you do 69. Or at least feel fairly clean.
There should be a little planning.
I can make this commitment to you guys right now. The first round will not be worth 69 points.
All right, I'm out of here. You guys have a good show.
Because
we will now that you're out of here.
So you can count on a good and fair scoring system that doesn't include the numbers 6 or 9. Ever.
Okay.
Ever. That is my promise to you, my fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans. The number 6 and 9.
I have a bit of business at the top of the show here.
Let's do it.
I would like to explore. So there are oftentimes stories that a person will tell on this show that will reveal something about the person. Oftentimes that is Jeremy, but also recently Aaron too, when he was like, he's like, is it bad that I told someone made fun of someone's mom on Facebook? Mm-hmm. And then it's like where it's like,
what did that reveal about
posing
Aaron?
That question is like, you don't know that that's wrong. Who are you? Why do we elect you our judge if you don't even know that? Yeah, that someone might be offended if you he just was totally clueless. He's like, what? Why? Why was he upset? All he did was make fun of his mom, say that his mom was a whore.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
So this other one was about Jeremy, and this was a while ago, but I think about this all the time, but I really want to get it off my head, out of my brain. But Jeremy told a story about when he was watching a neighbor's kid or a friend's kid, a friend of his mom's. And I always think about this. How old did you say you were when this happened? That you were hitchhiking. So let me refresh the audience.
No, he was with his brother, I thought.
No. His mom's friend had a kid, and Jeremy was supposed to take him to school in the morning. He slept in one day, and then they hitchhiked to school.
What?
Because they missed the bus or something. But then I think about this. How old were you in this story?
20. I was 20.
That seems pretty old for that poor of a judgment. Right?
So I was supposed to see him onto his school bus every morning.
Right.
But I overslept.
A 12-year-old
I didn't have a vehicle. And I didn't have a vehicle. So it was like, well, I need to get him to school. So we hitchhiked through the courtesy of strangers.
With it, you were an adult person, and this was a child.
That's why it was safe.
Although I'm just going to point out, I do not consider a 20-year-old an adult, but
especially Jeremy.
I'm still
like
not
when I first heard the story, live recording it, I thought, oh yeah, he was 13. And
I stand by all of the decisions I made as a 20-year-old.
And then I listened to it later on, and I was like, oh wow, he was 20 years old when this happened.
Well, I mean,
well, Ricky, I don't know. How old were you when you decided your haircut was a good idea?
Oh, burn.
Oh, shit. I got you because you in your late 30s and you have a whack haircut. I'm just kidding. Actually, I like it. I like your hair like that.
Oh, it's not going to be like this anymore because you hurt my feelings.
Well, the hair before was whack. I was just joking about the current hairstyle.
I just had to think of something very quickly to make fun of you on, and your hair is usually very wild.
The face is the problem. The hair.
You should have seen his haircut when he was 20. Oh my god!
Now that I liked.
Should have seen his hitchhiking hair. It was. Now that that business is taken care of, Rick, should we get into round one?
Yes, Rick says yes. Let's hit it. Round one. Evangelical snowflakes censor the Bible.
The
Bible. Evangelical leaders have railed against political correctness for decades. For example, criticizing gender-neutral language in Bible translations. But a new study by Samuel Perry, co-author of Taking America Back for God, has found that the Bible has been edited for content to make it more PC for the 21st century churchgoer. In revisions of the Bible's translation from 2001 to 2016, Perry shows the word slave disappears entirely. In some contexts, like Colossians?
Colossians?
Is that right? I'm
Colossians.
Jewish, so this is
Galoshes.
Galoshes. In some contexts, like Galoshes 3:22, though not others, to be replaced by the word bondservant, which could be described as a politically correct euphemism. A similar strategy is used to handle anti-Semitic language as well, Perry shows. Evangelical Christians in particular are supposed to revere the literal truth of the Bible, not fiddle around with it to make it sound better to contemporary audiences. Perry's work points out the hypocrisy and makes apparent that evangelical Christians have a role in PC culture.
All right, who would like to go first in round one?
I'll go first.
All right.
Most of the revisions include ending each Bible verse with, "It was a different time."
Rick, you want to go next?
This revised Bible is ruining everything. Who wants to play master bondservant? Who wants to play a master bondservant sex game? Maybe Bond servant, James Bond servant.
That joke brought to you by ADD.
Paul states, "Slaves, be obedient to your human masters with fear and trembling." Sorry, friends, be obedient to your human masters in fear and trembling.
These translations have always been subjective. In the Roman Standard Version, the Romans were just helping Jesus climb a tree.
I don't think I know enough about the Bible to...
Yeah, what is this?
Jesus, putting Jesus on the cross. They were just helping him climb a tree.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Missed that one. Sorry, bud.
You do know enough about the Bible. It was just a poorly written joke.
Ooh.
I got some birds today, guys. I'm feeling sassy. I'm feeling
Either
spicy.
you guys are going to hell or I need to reword my joke.
It can be both.
Our Bible is faithful and accurate. We just introduced Jesus in the First Testament because he's basically the main guy. We also made any scene in the desert Hogwarts.
They edited the anti-Semitic language, but I think we know exactly what they mean by those people.
You know, those people who wandered the desert for 40 years.
Mhm.
I think they pronounced it in the Bible. They said, thou people.
Thous people.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Honestly, what do you mean by those people? I don't know that.
Who are those people?
And chosen for what exactly? I'd like to read from John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was controversial, and the Word was changed to a different word, and now the Word is somehow better than the original word, but it means the same thing.
Sounds like a Stephen Colbert joke.
Yeah, well, he would get Jesus climbing a tree. He was raised
He would.
Catholic.
He's very Catholic. Yeah.
Whenever the hurdles that God lays at our feet seem too steep, I think on this passage from the Bible. Blackface at Halloween was really not as big of a deal as people made it out to be. It's fine if anyone did it. Amen.
From Galatians 3:22.
From oh my goshes.
Oh my gosh, it's galoshes.
3:22.
We took out the slave stuff and the anti-Semitic stuff, and now the Bible is perfect.
And it's 2 pages long.
Perfect.
It's just that little bit where Eve eats an apple. Adam eats an apple.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
The end.
It's the Christ Notes version.
All right. That'll do it for the jokes in round 1. So, Carly, we are going to need judgment.
Ooh, okay. I feel like it was a rough round a little bit. Everyone had at least one decent joke. Ricky, I liked your flash joke about the Halloween costumes. Bob, I liked your those people jokes. Jeremy, you had a rough round in terms of jokes, but you had some really good ad-libbing. So
Okay.
everyone had some good stuff. So I think I'm just gonna have to give this to the joke I thought was the funniest because everyone I felt was equally bad and good at the same time. So
She's gonna say,
Rick-
and it was me making fun of Ricky's haircut.
Yeah.
That was the joke I thought was funny.
no, that was before the round. No, actually, Ricky, I am gonna give it to you because I thought your Halloween costume joke was poignant and fun. And you know what? Actually, Bob, your last joke was very, very good too. I'm going to give both Bob and Rick a point in round 1.
Jeremy, how's this feel? Because you don't get this a whole lot when Aaron Kraft is judging.
It's all new to me, and I've never had negative feelings before. Is this what they're like?
You
Yeah,
know,
pretty much.
I'm very curious for Aaron to listen back to episodes that he doesn't judge to see if he would have picked the same. Yeah, I think he listens. You guys don't think he listens?
I think he listens every now and again.
He listens for the music.
Here's what we need to do as something for our Patreon. We need to do a reaction video with Aaron where it stops right before my judgment. Like, don't even include my judgment part. And we see what Aaron would have said if we would have given the same judgment. I'm very curious about that.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Look forward to that.
Okay, so going into round 2, Ricky has a point, Bob has a point, Jeremy has some catching up to do. Round 2. Pope Francis meets a superhero in a Spider-Man costume at the Virgin.
Sounds like
Should I-
Carly's doing Mad Libs.
Should I? Okay, I need a famous pope.
Famous Pope.
Not like those unknown popes like Pope Dave.
I need a superhero.
Everybody knows Pope Dave.
I need a superhero with the word spider in it and
Mhm.
a location. Okay. Do you guys want me to do this story in an all Italian accent? Or...
Now again, he is from South America.
Yeah, he's not Italian.
Oh,
He is in Rome.
I actually,
So the
when in
answer is
Rome.
yes.
I
When in
actually
Rome.
can do a South African accent.
American,
Not
South
South-
American,
South American.
South
I thought you said.
American.
I thought you said South.
Carly, how about
African.
you just do a Stan Lee kind of, hey, they're true believers. It's Spider-Man.
Oh, I can't do that.
That's the one thing I can't get it.
Wow, Pope Francis is usually the star at the Vatican gatherings. I don't even know what Stanley
Sound
sounds
like Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy.
It's like, dude.
Do it like
Especially
that
when
guy.
you spew about your opinions there.
All right, I'll just do normal. I'll do
The vote
normal.
was a fraud.
Okay, I'll do regular. Well, Pope Francis is usually the star at Vatican gatherings. Spider-Man, or at least an Italian, and at least an Italian. This is about an
thank God.
Italian, so it all makes sense now.
That's why his aunt is Marissa Tomei.
Spider-Man, or at least an Italian who dresses up like a character, was the attention grabber among the public lined up in rows during the Pontiff's weekly Wednesday audience. Matteo Villardita, 28 years old, dons the comic book and movie superhero outfit to cheer up hospitalized children, like those at the Vatican's pediatric hospital, which he plans to visit at some point. Sweating under, sorry, I know.
He hasn't gone before.
How
Yeah.
get to it?
No, he's gone. He's gone. It's like when the story.
First Times Square, then Children's Hospital. Definitely.
It's like, okay, here's what it really says: plans to visit later on Wednesday, but the story is not. Anyway, the timing.
Okay.
Forget it. Sweating under his costume in Rome's heat wave, Villardita said he asked Pope Francis to pray for the children and their families. Villardita, with a costumed arm, reached out and touched Francis, who wore
we should
no
mention
mask.
he was just dressed as Spider-Man from the arm, the fingers. That's it.
By the way, Pope Francis wore no mask against COVID-19. The Vatican
He didn't
described
have the
Villard.
Spider-Man mask over. He had it
No.
halfway up like this.
Now
and
we're
it was
talking
upside
about we're talking about the Pope now.
So he could
Hey,
kiss
the
Mary
Pope's
Jane.
mask.
The Vatican
On the
described-
forehead.
The Vatican described Villardita as a really good superhero for his time visiting and making video calls to children during the pandemic.
Right,
That's it.
Ricardo, you want to start us off?
And so Spider-Man asked me to basically be an Avenger. And I mean, why not? I'd be Marvel's first Latino superhero franchise.
Mhm.
People were criticizing Disney buying the Vatican, but admit it, this crossover is pretty sweet.
Good thing they were both there. Hellboy showed up uninvited. Spider-Man was able to hold him, but only the Pope could cast him out.
Meanwhile, Thanos' trip to Mar-a-Lago has proven to be quite fruitful indeed.
Mm.
Ugh, I don't know anything about the Avengers
Just
or
the villain.
Oh.
He's just the villain, and he went to Trump's place, and he said, "Ooh, it's quite fruitful indeed."
The sadness in Rick's voice when he explained it. It's just a villain.
I'm sorry, guys, because I feel like I don't know whether these jokes are funny or I don't get them.
I think that you're not even giving, like, you can just be like, I don't know who Thanos is. I'm sure he's a bad guy.
Yeah, just know Thanos went to Mar-a-Lago. Mike Lindell was there selling pillows. That's all you need to know.
I'm so confused. Okay, go ahead, Bob.
You need the Infinity Stones.
I do know what the Infinity Stone is. I know that
multiple
one.
stones.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
there-
many-
There's more than one?
My pillow is stuffed with an endless amount of infinity stones.
The visit was capped off by Spider-Man receiving his communion while hanging upside down in the rain.
He puts it on the underside of his tongue.
Well, his tongue sticks.
It'll stick.
Like his tongue is sticky like his fingers.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole conversation they had when they were doing it. It's like, no, it's okay. My tongue's sticky.
Like my fingers.
Like my fingers.
They have a lot in common. Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider. The Pope fell into a vat of radioactive holy water.
They really should have put up a sign.
They did, but it was in Italian, and the Pope clearly does not speak English.
No entiendo.
Swoosh. Oh, how exciting! We exist in the Spider-Verse variant where Spider-Man is Catholic.
Nick
don't think
Cage
we're ready.
also plays him.
The pontiff knew he would meet someone special that day because his popey sense was tingling. Now, generally, tingling sensations in the Catholic Church are a cause of concern, but this was okay.
Ooh, Bob, I stepped on that joke in my intro. I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't matter. I wasn't crazy about that one.
Yeah. Spider-Man was there to welcome the Pope as his new sidekick, the silver-haired surfer.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it sounded like you said Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
It threw us off. That's the main takeaway that we had.
I guess so.
That joke.
Spider-Man and the Pope.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Il Popi.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
it? Okay, Carly Kastner, judgment, please.
I enjoyed most of that round. I'm sorry I didn't get a lot of the Avengers references, but I think I got a taste. Everyone,
I'm sorry, Carly. I don't mean to interrupt, but is this another instance of teaching Carly pop culture, like bonus content? Do we need to familiarize you with the most popular franchise in the world?
I'm like a little afraid to do any spoilers because if one day I decide to watch the Avengers, I don't want to have spoiled stuff. But I obviously know what the Infinity Stone does. It kills half of the world, right?
There are many Infinity Stones.
What do they all do?
This is what we would teach you.
How many are there?
Infinity?
But I do know what the Infinity Stone does, so
It makes half of the people disappear.
the Infinity Stones together give him the power to do these things.
Who's him?
Thanos.
I don't know.
Oh, that's where Thanos is from? I only know the 50 thing because it's in so many things. It's like I haven't seen Star Wars, but I've obviously heard Luke, I am your father, right? So
Carly with her pen and her note card, it looks like a bad late night host is like, wait, so there's more than one stone?
hey, what's the deal with Thanos? Hey.
Yeah, she's like,
hey.
she welcomes the guest like, so you're on like a TV show or something, right?
It's like,
No, I want to destroy half the universe.
All right, we can do it. We can do a pop culture video about the Avengers. I need it. I could tell I need it. Okay. I have, by the way, I just want to point out the one superhero I have watched all the movies of is Spider-Man. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. He's my favorite. I love him. I love the guy. Great kid. Okay.
how many Infinity Stones does he have?
Well, I haven't seen any of the crossovers with Spidey. Just the Spidey starring ones.
I mean, Spider-Man is young. He has 2 Infinity Stones, but they haven't dropped yet.
Okay. I haven't seen that one.
No.
All right.
I haven't seen the one where Spider-Man's balls drop.
Well, it's tough because he's always hanging upside down. So
Okay, let's get to a winner of this round. I'm just gonna cut right to the chase. I think the best joke was Jeremy's falling into a vat of holy water joke. So Jeremy's gonna get the point for round two, which gives us a 3-way tie going into round 3.
All right.
Very exciting stuff, guys. All right, well, let's see who's going to make the most references I don't understand in round 3. Australian Broadcast Corporation apologizes over video of twerking dancers at a Navy ship launch. Footage has gone viral of the 101 Doll Squadron dance troupe performing at the launch of Australia's Navy's $2 billion warship, the HMAS Supply? Or is it Hamas?
That's quite an accusation, Carly.
It's not Hamas. It's clearly not Hamas.
Her Majesty's Australian ship.
Okay, HMAS.
Also known as Hamas.
You know, they got ABC, they got Hamas. They should probably rebrand some stuff. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation has apologized.
Wait, is it ABC or is it pronounced Al Qaeda?
I think it's ABC. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation has apologized over its editing of the event, which suggested that the group shook their backsides in front of the Navy's top brass and other VIPs. The Defense Force was criticized for sanctioning what was largely considered inappropriate entertainment, but it has since insisted that the dance was not part of the official Navy ceremony. We are very disappointed at the ABC's deceptive editing of their video piece, which cut to guests and dignitaries who were not in attendance and shots from angles which could not be seen by the audience.
Hold on. Try your Australian accent now. This is the time and place.
No, try your British accent.
Oh, my British accent. Okay.
And then
we are very disappointed at the ABC's deceptive editing of the video piece, which got to guess.
I think it's closer than if you would have tried the Australian.
No, I'm trying Australian.
I thought we canceled the Apu accent.
What? That's not a poo. You're saying this sounds like Indian now?
No.
No, it sounds like you.
Okay, we
sound like Hamas.
We are very disappointed at the ABC deceptive editing of their video piece, which caught to guests and dignitaries who were not in attendance and short angles which could not be seen by the audience. They said in a statement, "We found this very creepy." The Sydney-based
Is this the mayor of Easttown accent?
Why? How is that relevant?
Because you're doing a weird accent.
Making fun of your weird accent.
Oh, because Kate Winslet is really bad at the American accent.
I heard she's okay at that Pennsylvania accent or whatever it is.
She's terrible.
Yeah,
She's terrible. She's not good at it.
Carly, do you know how a Philadelphia accent sounds?
Yeah, because everyone else in the show does it well.
All right.
Okay. The Sydney-based dance group.
Draw me like one of your Philly girls.
Drawer.
Drawer.
Do a watercolor.
Water color. The Sydney-based dance group has deleted their Facebook page and made their Instagram account private in wake of the backlash. Next time, the Navy will probably just stick to a brass band.
Here's hoping the troop receives a warmer welcome at the next ship launch for the HMASS Rump Shaker.
Come on, ABC and twerking Navy dancers. How low can you go?
How low can you go?
Thank you, veterans, for your service. Now, you can't spell WOP without POW. Wet officer potential. That's who stormed the beaches at Normandy. Wet officers.
Yeah, I don't think that one works.
Wetty officers? I tried to save it. I'm sorry. I failed.
You're welcome, Rick. The dancers were shot in a very creepy way indeed. Also, there was audio of someone breathing heavily on the recording.
One dancer had an ass so tight you could break a champagne bottle on it.
Twerking. This is what that guy whose identity I assumed after the war died for.
On second viewing, you can start to tell that it's been edited in a dishonest way, especially when they cut to that man whose monocle falls into his drink.
I assure you, the poles were only there to demonstrate how sailors quickly descend lower into the ship and go back up using only their butt cheeks.
Mm. And Rick, you got one more?
And now to honor our vets, a 21 bun booty clap salute.
It just sounds like applause.
121 bun.
I was confused. I thought the article was about one thing until I started reading it, and then it was.
What did you think it was about?
Because I thought it was like, oh no, the Navy made a mistake and got these women twerking, but it's more about ABC's editing of the performance.
Mm.
So I was like, oh well, I guess I should switch it up then. But.
I mean, I saw like a video of the original airing, that they got criticized lots of times, lots of heavy breathing. But regardless of their coverage of it, the dance itself was still kind of inappropriate for the situation. So it works. What I'm saying is your jokes will work.
Don't you mean it twerks?
Let's not
inappropriate.
Let's not say inappropriate. Let's say like it doesn't quite fit.
It was out of place for the context of the event.
I'd say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that definitely changes my judging.
Are we done with the jokes?
Yeah.
I think so.
This was a rough round, guys. I wasn't dying over any specific joke. Let me go.
What about that's not a twerk?
Oh, that would have been nice.
I thought Ricky was going to do that. 100%.
I thought Rick was then going to shake his ass.
Ricky is now wearing some sort of pill bottle on his forehead.
Infinity Stone.
You look
I
like
take 2 daily.
Ricky looks like he's pretending to be a unicorn that has a drug problem.
It's just like a cheap Halloween costume.
The unicorn like unscrews the horn and then puts the pill bottle there.
Skittles pop out of it. Okay.
Oh, it gets the pills from its horn. It just like feeds them into there.
Yeah.
The
God, I can't like look at my list and say, oh, any one joke was really all that fantastic for me to award a point.
HMASS Rump Shaker.
Yeah, you know what? I did like that.
And then they go back up the pole using only their butt cheeks.
No.
21.
No, 21, Jeremy, that's not true.
21 bun salute.
I did like the 21 bun salute. Oh God. This
is what the man who I stole their identity from died for.
Yeah, you know what? That's going to Ricky. I like that.
It's amazing how we turn Carly's opinion around just by repeating the jokes.
What?
Because I reminded. I'm trying to find jokes.
It's an actual joke. Her ass was so tight you could break a champagne bottle on it.
Yes, that one was good too. I like that too. I think I gotta give it. I like that. I like the one Ricky just reminded me of. Let's do Ricky. Let's do this fucking unicorn up here.
Hey, let's get it on, baby.
Good job, Ricky. Winner.
All right.
Jack Chickleston dinner.
I can say that every time.
Every time I
play a drug addicted unicorn in this one.
So, guys,
Jack Chickleston.
This is what it is to feel sad, huh?
I usually don't feel sad. I usually feel angry.
So since Aaron's been gone, Bob has won an episode, Ricky has won an episode, and Jeremy has won nada. So he's very anxious for Aaron to come back, I'm sure.
Indeed.
This is what it sounds like when doves don't win on the podcasts. He
was waiting for us to do that. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Ricardo Leone. Condolences, Jeremy Martinez. I know this is a rough time for you.
Mm-hmm.
Picture me here on a Zoom call.
But before we get into our plugs, we're going to go to Carly Kastner while ignoring Ricardo Leon. And we're going to see if Carly has any burning questions.
Yeah, let's keep it with this last story. I want to know if you guys have been witness to, or hopefully not been a performer in, like, what's the most awkward performance you've ever witnessed in your life? Because we've all seen awkward stand-up. We've all been to a talent show that just was uncomfortable. Okay, Jeremy's got one.
This is a good one. One summer, my family and I took a trip to Disneyland, and this was back when they still did the electric light parade. And I don't think they do it anymore, but they did back then. And so we're watching it go by, and it comes to like the Dumbo float part of the thing, and there's like circus performers, people dressed as clowns, and I don't remember what song they're singing to, but they're dancing to like da 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 da, like just general circus music. Da, 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 da. And then off to the right, we see like smoke come out of another vehicle, like it blew a gasket or something, and it broke down, and so the entire parade has to stop. And so for about, I would say, a good 25 minutes, we watched the same circus performers do the same 15 seconds of choreography to the same 15 seconds of song. That's
abuse. That's
and then I mean, to them it's no different. They do the same thing throughout the whole parade, but to the viewer, you're
their
like,
life already is hell.
Yeah, this is like a thing, and they can't break character. They can't acknowledge that something happened down the line, because like they get fired if they break character in any way whatsoever, or even look at what's going on.
That's why staff should have run out like at a baseball game in a rain delay and just pull a tarp over the parade so that they can take a break.
Jeremy, you just reminded me.
They would rather suffocate under a tarp than like keep dancing the dance.
Well, okay, let me clarify. Don't make it an airtight tarp.
Jeremy, you just reminded me when I was a costume character at Disney World. They used to, every once in a while, would have us work in the character restaurant. So like families would go to a restaurant, the characters would walk around at the table and give autographs or whatever. And you would work 45 minutes at a time, and then you would have like 45 minutes off, and you would like rotate with another person because the costume gets too hot otherwise.
What characters were you?
Gaston.
Gaston, obviously.
Beast.
Gaston's dad, Gaston's mom, Gaston's
mom.
Okay, so I was doing a character breakfast or something. The restaurant was actually really small, and I had gone through all of the tables, and I went to they call them greeters, the character greeters, because they're the persons who can speak on behalf of the characters. And I went to them, and I was like, I went to every table. What do I do? And they said, just keep going around. They might want to see you twice. And every table, I think I was maybe either Chip or Dale during this experience. And I remember every table going, okay, thanks, Chip. Thank you. Like, get the fuck out of here. We're trying to eat our breakfast. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just awkwardly in this restaurant, just like in a fucking fur costume.
Is that your move? Is that your go-to?
Actually, so many. I have so many stories of that job just being a fucking nightmare, but I loved it.
If this story was going to be anything like a 1, 2, 3 jokes story of Carly, then we would have seen Chip's vagina at the end of it.
Actually, Chip has a load of nuts. Thank you.
Load of nuts.
Did you see that?
Is that one of your Jungle Cruise jokes?
I didn't work on the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. So, anybody else?
Okay, you guys, I went to Turks and Caicos last week with my fiance, and we stayed at Club Med. And before we left, I said, do they have shows there? And he goes, yes, every night they put on a big show. It's so good. And I've been on many cruises and stuff before, so I I was expecting like a Broadway caliber show. And we get there and the shows are so embarrassingly bad. It's like the guy who like does the boats and the tennis during the day, also on stage, like half-assing a dance routine. And it's uncomfortable. Like we were uncomfortable. I have never been so uncomfortable as an audience member.
How many people were in attendance?
Everyone at the resort. There was nothing else to do. That's
what
like
did he
the
perform?
thing. Oh, one night they did like all dance, which was really awkward because they had two really good dancers and everyone else just like worked at the resort, you know, and wasn't a dancer. They had one night where they called it a talent show, and all day we were like, a talent show? Like, what guest would come prepared with an act? Like who would do that? And then we realized, no, it's staff members who think they have talent doing like skits and singing and stuff. And it's so bad, you guys. Like I have directed children's theater and I feel like children's theater deserved a Tony compared to that. Like it's so bad. Embarrassing. Anyway.
And the Tony Award winner is Children's Theater.
The Tony Award compared to what we just saw.
Accepting the award on Children's Theater behalf.
And the nominees are the untalented staff of Club Med and children.
Would you quit?
COVID was rough on
about the working class.
I know Carly keeps going like, can you believe that this no talent hacks are allowed to be seen in public?
I'm sorry, when you say the working class, this is like rich white teenagers who work at Club Med for the summer and then they go like back to college. So
sure about that?
Yes, yeah. I'm sure.
Okay.
The locals who work there, working class, they work their asses up, but they weren't in the shows.
Yeah.
Carly no talent. Those
doesn't realize her privilege. She just went to Turks and Caicos.
Actually, we didn't even go to Turks or Caicos. We went to Providenciales, but okay.
Just to and.
Cialis? Providence Cialis?
Robert had an issue, so we decided to change the itinerary.
We had to get some medicine from the island of Cialis.
Ricky, what is that pill bottle on your forehead?
It's a pill bottle on his forehead. What do you
the COVID has made him magnetic.
Speaking of awkward performances.
Yeah.
Speaking of awkward performances, thank you for watching ours and listening to it as well. If you enjoy the show, maybe you want to support us, you can do that by going to Patreon, and for just $3 a month, you can get full video episodes, bonus content, access to classic episodes. Only the most recent 25 are available to listen for free, so if you want to hear the rest, $3 a month. But we appreciate you just listening for free anywhere that you listen to podcasts, and anywhere you do that, if you wouldn't mind, ratings, reviews, comments, suggestions for stories, subscribe, share the show. All that stuff really does help us out, so please do that. Aaron Kraft, our resident judge, and also our producer and the band leader and band for our show. He has music for you to listen to over on SoundCloud, Captain Lovecraft, CAPT Lovekraft. And Jeremy is rubbing a dog's ass on his face, which is...
To see Jeremy rub a dog's ass on his face, join our Patreon. You're going to see some other people putting things on their faces.
Like Carly and Rick are just being weird, but Jeremy's being a real pervert to end the show. Very strange.
I'm not sad anymore, guys.
Who would have thought that rubbing a dog's ass on my face would do the trick? But there you go.
All right.
And I bet you the listeners are shocked that the dog ass face situation wasn't.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
Well, you're too busy sucking a dog's dick. Just...
Yeah, I can put the dog on my face if his dick is in my mouth.
You're too busy 69ing that dog.
Turn the other way.
96 him.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah. Well, with that, I'm Jeremy Martinez.
I'm Ricardo Leon. Did we advertise Aaron Kraft?
Yes.
Did we advertise Aaron Kraft? Hey, everybody, have you heard of Aaron Kraft?
We
There's
stopped
got to be a
after,
better way.
after the check bounced. We stopped. I'm Bob Timmons, by the way.
I'm Carly Kastner.
This has been another episode of 1, 2, 3 Jokes.
Jokes! Ricky, remember when we used to do that all at the same time?